Hey,
That's just lovely.
Welcome.
To the super fun, awesome, happy time pedal show. My name is Gabor.
Hey, I'm Alex.
Cut him off.
Yes. Yes, fine. This is the beautiful noise When the Sun Explodes pedal.
Yes, so When the Sun Explodes by Beautiful Noise, made right here in Australia, in Newcastle. Big thank you to Nick
Hey, man.
From Beautiful
Thank
Noise
you
for
very
sending us out.
This is very cool.
Super awesome pedal. Both of his pedals are awesome. Check out a video of the Endless Sleeper, which is here.
It's a delay. Hey, before we get into some more sounds, if you could like and subscribe on the video, thumbs up and hit the notification bell too. That'd be fantastic when you subscribe and help us do a thing.
Yes, to get notified. So the When the Sun Explodes
Yes.
is basically a reverb, overdrive, modulation thing. Soundscapey thing. It's just awesome to me. For me, this is total pedal of the year this year contender.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be already. I already know. I mean, this is what are we in April, March? We're still in March. This is already, I reckon, at least top 2, top 3.
It's been a long year already.
Been a long year, yes.
Hey, we believe that this is one of 2 pedals that Nick makes.
So he only makes 2. So he makes this one and the Endless Sleeper. That was his first pedal that he released. I'm
not sure if he has ideas, but this could be right for the Euro rack world.
Ooh.
Yes, ideas for you. Free ideas. Do what with you? What that with you as well. But
it would work. It definitely would work.
Definitely like a soundscapey thing. Where it's almost an instrument in itself.
Yeah, we might do some stuff with synth with it at some stage.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's have just a quick look, just all up at the knobs and stuff. So we have 7 knobs, 1 switch, and 3 foot switches. One of which is momentary. So basically, the knobs are: you've got master, reverb, color, decay, gain, feedback, and rate. You also have 2 little switches up the back. You probably can't, well, no, you're not really. I'm going to put a photo up of it. One is a wet, dry, and wet only switch. So you can, if you run it, for example, in a parallel effects loop, or if you run it when you're recording and you're having it in like an insert thing, you can run it all wet. Or you flick the switch up to go wet, dry. You also have a switch where you can change a drive circuit in it from a symmetrical to an asymmetrical, and none of the above.
No clipping. Yeah.
No clipping. And then you have the 3 switches. You have the basically on-off. You have a boost as well on top of it, and you have the feedback. Now that is the magic for me. So I know there's a bit of talking, but it just has to go that way. So master is the overall volume of the pedal. Reverb is basically a wet dry, where all the way counterclockwise it's only dry, all the way clockwise it's mostly wet. Color is a tone control for your reverb, for the decay, and decay is the amount of reverb you have. Then you have gain, which is basically, you can go from fairly clean to fairly fuzzy sounding stuff to quite overdriven. And then you have this kind of section here, which is the feedback control, which goes with this, really. Now, quite often when you have a feedback loop in a pedal, like a lot of times you have with reverbs and delays, you'll have a switch, you push it, and it kind of goes to the self-oscillation thing. But quite often, you know, split second after you push it, you got to let go of it because it takes over and goes crazy.
Yeah.
Now, the really, really cool thing, and that's the magic of this pedal for me with this, is you can actually control that. So you have this feedback control, and let's check that out quickly first. Actually,
sure.
You have this feedback control, so you can turn down or you can control how much of that feedback loop, how much of that self oscillation happens, and then you also have a modulation only for the feedback.
Very clever.
So let's check that out. Let's start without the modulation, and let's just start with let's just start off with a nice reverb sound. So clean. Oh, and we should also say, so we've got the guitar going into the Cherry Tone OTS Mini 20, going into a 1x12 with a Celestian greenback, mic with a LEWITT MTP440, hello LEWITT people, and Shure SM57 blenderized. And then we also have the ENGL CABLOADER right here, which you can watch a video on that there, which is, so you can see what IR we're using if you want to know. We are currently on the dirty sound. Let's just stay on the dirty sound just because it's...
I've tried it before and it works.
It works, it sounds good.
Both, yeah.
So clean, it sounds actually. Let's blow up the sun. Okay, so basically you've got the reverb control blends in how much of the reverb you want in it. So if I go all the way this way, it's all clean. If I go all the way up, it's sort of 50-50 kind of thing. You can sort of switch on the right in the back. If I flick that down, now it's wet only. Okay, then you've got the color, which is basically tone control. So all the way up, it's a little bit brighter, and if you turn it down, it gets a little bit darker and blends more into the background. So let's try that.
That's bright at the moment, is it?
Yes. Now, just that is a lovely sounding reverb. But then you have the next thing, which is the gain control. You can actually, if you turn the reverb all the way off, you can just use it as a drive pedal. So we've got the gain control now. And then let's quickly have a look. So at the moment it's...
Does it sound like parallel? Like
almost a little bit, yeah.
Clean
yeah.
tone? Sounds like a little bit clean.
I don't know. Okay, now let's have a look. So on the back there's another switch, and I believe it's set to asymmetrical now. No, it's set to symmetrical now. So let's try that. So this is symmetrical clipping. Asymmetrical.
And no.
And, well, this is no clipping. Sorry.
Whew.
Gets loud quickly. Which one do you prefer? This one? Or this one?
That one.
That one? Me too. So that's up. That's a symmetrical. Right?
Cool.
Okay. So, I mean, you can use it just as a drive pedal, and you also have a boost, basically. So...
It's kind of like this kind of angry overdrive, like almost rattly, rat-esque.
Yeah, well, it goes... I mean, if you crank it... It has clean in it, doesn't it? Yeah. But it's almost, it's a bit sort of fuzz-esque.
Fuzzy overdrive. Cool.
Okay, so now what we can do is we can have drive, we can turn it down as much as you want. Now we can add reverb to it.
Should we check out the really short reverb, because it does have quite a long pre-delay.
Yeah.
So you can kind of, we'll give us
almost slapback.
Pseudo slap room type thing.
Sounds cool.
Some sort of weird
really
garage rock and roll thing.
Yeah.
Can't play today.
So it reminds me of this. I don't know why, but did you ever used to watch Twin Peaks?
No.
Oh, you're too young for that. The original Twin Peaks.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't watch it.
It freaked me out for many, many years.
Oh, yeah?
For many years, I couldn't look into a mirror.
Sure.
If you watch the show, you know what watched the show. But they were always in this bar, and there was always loud music in this bar, and it always had this kind of weird delay thing going on, and for some reason that reminds me of it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Actually, reminds me of. Do you ever watch Californication?
Yes.
Show. There's a cover on the soundtrack of the Eagles of Death Metal doing "Stuck in the Middle with You," and it's this super cool, like crunchy, like just sounds like we're jamming in a shed, and it's kind of that. Maybe a little less. Fun sound.
It sounds great, yeah. But now, okay, so all this is great, right?
Sure.
And I mean, we can get some more spacious, more lengthier delay. Reverbs. But then where the magic lies for me is that feedback control, right? Now, most feedback controls, like I said, it's almost like it's on full. So if you play something, it just takes off and goes out of... And a lot of times you'd wish... is there a way to turn it down? Well, there is. You've got this feedback control. So the cool thing is you can turn that feedback control right, quite down, like almost all the way down. And it just becomes this kind of drony thing in the background.
Yeah, synthy pad type.
And again, for me, that kind of stuff is always the sweet spot. Is where you just before it goes self-oscillates and goes crazy. It's a controllable soundscape.
Yeah.
To me, that's fantastic. And then not only does it have that, but it also has modulation that is assigned only to the feedback control. So you flick that switch over, and now you have that little light flicking there, and this is the speed of the modulation. So I think it's kind of like almost like a tremolo kind of thing.
It's interesting like just having on the feedback, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool
so now,
idea.
so let's start it slow, and then I'll bring it in quicker, or faster, so you can see what I mean. That's just lovely. That's to me, I mean, it's a great sounding pedal. I love the drive sound. I love the reverb. I love it all. Yeah. But that is just the magic of this pedal. Just to be able to do that and to be able to set it there, and you strum a chord.
Yeah.
Let me have a quick go. Parts master, blaster, caster, master, caster. There's a video on that here. You just strum a nice, like a long, like a semi-dissonant, little bit sort of a. Just beautiful. It just adds such a beautiful atmosphere and texture to it. I really dig it.
It's kind of not often you get something that sounds so unique too.
And then if you combine it with a little bit of delay.
Wow, I'm out of control. Out of control, man.
Oh, I'm always out of control. That's what I do, man. That's our roll. Okay, let's play the same sort of little bit kind of sort of wide chords. Just love that. It's just such a cool sounding pedal.
It's like soundscape kind of stuff.
Super soundscapey stuff.
I mean, sorry, soundtrack.
Well, soundscape, soundtrack, yeah, all that sort of stuff. You also have, I forgot to mention, there's an expression pedal input in the back as well, which controls the wet dry mix basically, so you can blend in reverb basically as it goes. Yeah, but that's about it. I mean, about it. There's tons there, but it's a. To me, I absolutely love that pedal. I think this is just.
It's definitely your thing.
It's my thing. It's absolutely my thing.
I love it too.
It's definitely my thing. I mean, the closest thing it reminds me of is the Reverberation Machine by Death by Audio.
Similar
but it's like the
evolution
of a Reverberation Machine.
Especially with the modulation and the feedback.
Yeah. That feedback control. It's just. I really wish with delays and stuff like that as well, you'd have that control over it, because that. To me, that just makes it having a control, being able to have that sort of constant going feedback loop thing going, but it's at a point where it doesn't take over. You can still play over it and it still works.
That's it.
So yeah, killer pedal. Please make sure to check out Beautiful Noise Effects. I'll put links for everything below. Check out if you feel like it. I put up a video of one of my Tuesday mornings with the When the Sun Explodes and the Endless Sleeper. You can watch that here. Where just kind of sat around with the baritone. That one. And just mucked around with some stuff. And the day I recorded it, I think I spent, 2.5 hours sitting there just playing. And I've recorded maybe 3 or 4 different things and just picked one.
Yeah, cool.
That I recorded and I liked. And killer pedal. Absolutely awesome pedal. Big thank you, Nick, at Beautiful Noise Effects.
Thank you so much for sending it to us. And have links below to our Facebook and Instagram, as well as the podcast. You check those out if you got some time.
Yes, please do.
And I hope everyone's doing well around the world, and we'll see you soon. Cheers, bye.